Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca Adams. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast, and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. What do you want? In any arena, in your life, business, work, anything, what do you want? It's a very simple question, but this podcast is going to be a very actionable one. So go and grab a notebook and pen, go and grab a drink, put me on pause, and then come back to me in a minute. But it is a very, very powerful question. So, what do you want? Where do you want to live? What car do you want? Do you want kids? Do you want to travel? How much money do you want? What business do you want? What work do you want? Really, really dive deep, because when you can get clarity on this, you're seeing it and writing it from a higher perspective, a higher level. It's stuff that you are dreaming about, what you want, and write it in the present tense as well. You need to remove all the mental clutter and just focus on what you want, but dive deep. Really get clarity on it. And what I mean by that is, don't just kind of blanket cover it and say, well, I want a car and I want a house and I want this. What is it? Describe it. Okay, so you want a house. Okay, how many bedrooms? How many rooms? How many bathrooms? Does it have a driveway? Really get clear on it. Have you got Egyptian cotton sheets on the bed? Really, really bring it into your mind's eye so that you can really visualize it, and then you can take action, because it is all about the action steps next. Okay, so you can manifest anything, but you've got to take the action steps with it. Okay, but first off, you've got to gain clarity and really dive deep with what do you want, and really push forward with that. So don't worry too much about how you're going to do it or the negative thoughts around it. Just write it down. Nothing is going to go wrong with you just writing it all down, and you'll be advised from a high perspective of, oh, actually, I want a house with a view. I want to live by the lake. I want to live near the forest or the woods, or wherever it is, in a different state or county or wherever, or even a different country, even a different country. So don't be concerned about all the icky thoughts or all the objectives that you may come up. Just write it down, okay? But really, really ask yourself, what do you want? Okay, and then after you've answered that with massive clarity, so you could do a page, you could do 2 pages, you could do whatever. What I want you to do is pay attention to the ones that really light you up, the ones that make you smile as soon as you write it. Go, oh yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that, because it really is incredible. It's like kids writing the Santa list at Christmas, it really does excite you, it fires you up, it feels great. And then on the next page in the next section, I want you to write down the action steps that you need to do and to take in order to achieve whatever it is that you want. And you can break that down and things like that. So into small incremental steps that you need to move through and everything else. And then the final exercise on this. So you've got a list of what you want, okay, what you really, really want, okay. And then you're going to write down the action steps of what you need to do, obviously, and take action on it, because we can visualize and manifest a lot of stuff. But if you just sit back and expect it to just be delivered without taking action, you're going to be disappointed a little bit. Okay. And then the third thing is, what I want you to do is think about where your mind needs to be in order to achieve what you want. So kind of you're going backwards. So we're actually, doing 1, 2, and 3. And then to do 3, you need to do 2 and 1. Okay. But you really need to get your head in the game, because your mindset can actually become a flaw of yours if you allow it to. It can actually overtake, it can talk you out of doing stuff, and it can hold you back and everything else. It's kind of positive and negative, the mindset, but you need to train it. You need to train it into, okay, what you want, what you believe, what action steps you need to take, and still keep the belief, regardless how you're going to work it out, whatever, you don't need to know all of the ins and outs and everything. You just need to know and believe that you're betting on you, you can do it, you always pull it off anyway, you always show up, you always do the thing. But, you know, what do you really want? So do you want to go to Scotland? Do you want to go to St. Lucia? Do you want a new car? What car is it? How big is it? You know, what colour is it? You know, where are you going to drive it to? Where's it going to be parked? You know, really, really expand on your vision, because then you can see it in your mind's eye and you can really, really project forward. And then you need the action steps in order to get what it is that you desire, your goal, dream, and everything. But you need the mindset aspect first. The mindset will make or break any decision, any dream, anything, because you can talk yourself out of it. All right. So really, really ask yourself the question, what do you want? And the one thing that I want you to program into your head is that you can have it all when you decide to. There is no amount of lack at all. So you can have your 50k month, you can have your 50k year, you can have your 100k year, you can have your 100k month if you desire to. If you are going to work it and do it, and you're in that, you know, in that realm of abundance and joy and everything else, you can do whatever you want. Because I am telling you right now, I know people who are earning 450k a month. So they are showing up, they are writing down what they want, how they're going to do it, you know, the action steps they need to take, and they are moving mountains with it. And they are a prime example that it can be done. So that's why I said, don't ever think there's a lack of. You cannot have a lack of mindset if you want to achieve something. So think about something in the past in your life that you put your mind's eye on that you wanted. Was it a degree? Was it to have a baby? Was it to get married? Was it to get a certification? Was it to pass your driving test? Was it to get a mortgage? Was it to buy a car? Was it to get a market stall? What is it? And what I want you to do is only choose something that you've actually achieved, because then when you can get your viewpoint in your mind on, well, I did that, so obviously, and of course I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? So really think about what you want, because a lot of the times our mindset is focused on everything that we don't want. We don't want to be late to work. We don't want to be in a traffic jam. We don't want X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. Okay. But the key is to focus on what you do want. Be in that vibration, be in that joy, be in that excitement, and then find out the action steps you need to take in order to do it, and keep up leveling your mindset in order to achieve what you want. So let me know how you get on.